I was dreaming when I wrote this, so sorry if I go too fast. Trying to build an offensive line that's made to last. That's right. So we're talking about Prince. We are doing it today. Vikings want to be kings of the North, so why not add actual royalty to the Vikings offensive line and Auburn tackle Prince Tega Wanogho. That is right. Yeah. A real Prince. Look it up. It's pretty amazing. So Prince Tega Wanogho, it's a pretty amazing story, and he is a pretty intriguing prospect as well. Should be in the day 2 mix. Let's get into some background on him. 6'7", 308. Monster. Originally from Delta State in Nigeria, right on the southern coast on the Gulf of Guinea, and is, like I said, is like legit royalty. Like his parents are prince and princesses. His siblings are all princes and princesses. His grandfather is king of their village. It really is fascinating. It is a really awesome story about how he eventually came over, was discovered over there, athletic talent, came over to the United States in August 2014 to play basketball at prestigious Edgewood Academy in Montgomery, Alabama. Started playing football just to stay in shape, as you're wont to do. Then he became a stud. He became a 4-star recruit at defensive end, and he got all the offers. Like he got Georgia, he got Texas, Tennessee, Vanderbilt, LSU, Kentucky, Notre Dame, all offered him. Now, it's different when schools have interest. You're like, oh, he took a visit. It's like, oh, the recruiting coordinator just stopped by the house to have some coffee and pie. No, actual offers, like, on the table. There you go. But he picked Auburn, which was an hour away from his high school, so stayed local. Redshirted in 2015, eventually switched to offensive line, became a starter at left tackle for the Tigers in 2017, eventually started 32 games over 3 seasons for the Tigers and Gus Malzahn, and he got better every single year. He really did. Where, of course, a guy who is just learning the game but having all these raw physical tools, I mean, you can hold up, and you can just see every single year he was getting better and better. Senior season, he allowed 0 sacks and only 14 pressures on 403 pass blocking reps in 2019. Now, by the numbers, by the metrics he did have, he did sort of peak in 2018. His best season, he posted an 88.4 PFF pass blocking grade. But overall, like his senior season, technically he improved, but I mean statistically, you could say, did he take a step back? Maybe, maybe not. Was a 2-time first-team All-SEC, academic honor roll every single year. He was on the Plains as well. That's a big plus. Wanogho didn't compete in the Senior Bowl because once he got to practice there in Mobile, he was red flagged for a left knee injury. Now, he did miss a game early on in the senior season with said knee injury, but played in all 12 remaining games and played extremely well. So, I don't know. Same with the combine. He's there for measurables, didn't run, didn't do the bench, didn't do anything like that. So, like we said, is still new to the game. Despite playing and thriving in the big bad SEC West, which is it's just like the man-child division of the man-child conference in college football. It still really is. But if we just watch the tape of him, he does play a little bit too upright for my taste, and of course some NFL caliber coaching, getting their mitts on him, give it a couple years, maybe could turn that around. He does lunge at times, like I don't know, just having flashbacks and bad memories of TJ Clemmings, good old 68, just it does get in there. Player comp, just like body type wise, do you guys remember DeBrickashaw Ferguson? Now Ferguson, it was a much more polished prospect coming out. Ferguson coming out of Virginia. I think he was the number 4 overall pick in 06. He was at least a top 5 pick, where he was a full-on set it and forget it Pro Bowler, All-Pro, probably borderline Hall of Fame prospect. Prince ain't it, but just tall, slender, angular. Also nowhere near his long arms. That's a big knock on him from measurables, that he has relatively short arms for a tackle prospect, but just the raw physical upside, the capability there, I mean, it's a decent gamble to go after. Plus super athletic, basketball background, just like Brian O'Neill, and he does have the ability to stretch, get to the second level, which would be great in the zone scheme, even though sometimes it does get a little lumbery out there, but yeah. Also, go back. This got funny. Go back and watch Auburn tape or Auburn games and watch pass blocking reps, and then keep in mind the fact that he's a basketball player. He was a basketball player first and foremost, because he will get beat at times, but it is important to note how good he is at recovering, because when he does, he's quick enough and has enough experience to be able to recover, reset his feet, and generally gets himself out of trouble. Now, that could be completely different at the NFL level. I think it will be. There probably will be some growing pains, but what it looks like is exactly like a low post defender. When a player in the post gets the ball, puts that shoulder down, has a drop step, and just tries to bully their way to the basket. That's how he looks. He looks like a defender just trying to defend that, and he can't unsee it. It's actually kind of funny. So, the question is, where does he go in this draft? Well, big talent may drop because of the rawness, may drop because of teams being measurable snobs. He only has 33.25-inch arms, so it's too short for a tackle. Right. And also no pro days, no medical rechecks due to corona, as well as didn't participate in the combine. So I think teams may hold that against him as well. But I think Wanogho probably goes late second, early third, somewhere in there. Like I certainly don't put him in the big six offensive tackles. I put him behind Ezra Cleveland as well. But also, I mean, would I be floored if 4 years from now he's one of the better linemen from this draft? Probably not. I mean, getting NFL coaches, allowing him to put a little bit more NFL size on him, get a little bit more seasoning. He's sort of like an upgraded version of Oli Udoh, where you're just betting a couple years down the line, where you get some NFL coaching him, get him in the scheme a little bit longer, and all of a sudden, you blink, and he's just like a duck in water. I mean, it certainly could be that way, but I think it would be best, like I said, for him not to have to start right away. I think coming to the Vikings here, I mean, would he have to get on the field? Probably not, because I don't think that he anchors well enough to be a guard. I think that would actually be like suicidal to put him inside. So I think it is left tackle or bust with him. But in terms of value in late day two, I mean, for sure. I mean, big upside. Would love to see him paired with a second offensive lineman. So say the Vikings did get one of the big six offensive tackles early on, or say they somehow land Tristan Wirfs, but they see him playing inside, or they get Ezra Cleveland in the second, or they go guard in the second round. They go Nathaniel Moody. They go Jonah Jackson, etc. And then they circle back. Then they grab Prince in the third after going wide receiver and cornerback in the first. That's a nice draft. That's a really nice get. But in terms of him as a day one player, I don't see that, but a couple years down the line, he certainly would be a really fun big upside project. So Tega Wanogho, the Prince, we can introduce him to Minnesota Prince. He'll be kismet. It's going to happen. But your thoughts, Prince Tega Wanogho, let us know in the comment section below. Subscribe for daily Vikings takes. If you want to support the work, pull us on the Venmo. Plus give us a follow on social media as well. Until next time, Skol, production value.